2 years ago, I was with this chick named Aaliyah. She was hot. She was a baddie. She was brand new to the game. She was on Fetty hardcore, like do anything for it, right? All the weird shit. And she was 23, young and dumb. I was 41, old and still dumb. So, of course, it's toxic just for the age difference and then 2 different types of drugs. And I didn't want to believe that she was doing weird shit for it, but she was. I was always about on some weird shit, like, right? And she's on a whole different track of, like, life with the shit she did. And she would always get me in wrecks because she's brand new. Her looks weren't weathered away. So I was always bing, fighting people, right? And then she used to get her Fetty off this dude named Charles. Rest in peace, Charles. You know what I mean? He wasn't my friend, but he was a cool dude. I liked the dude. I didn't want to believe at the time that they were messing with each other. And he sold Fetty, but he did not do it at all. At all. He was totally against doing it. And he was real careful with it. But she calls me one day. Oh, Glenn, help. I'm like, what's wrong here? He's not breathing. I'm like, well, God, call an ambulance. Fuck, what happened? She's like, ah. She didn't want to call the cops or call an ambulance for him because, you know why? Because she had a warrant. She had a fucking warrant. You know what I mean? I smashed out from Concord to San Francisco in about 15, 20 minutes. I was smashing, man. Over 100 miles an hour the whole way. And when I got there, she's at the right over the Bay Bridge. Right when you get over, she was like in a little apartment right there. I run up there. She's like, oh, I look at him. I'm like, he's already gone. He's gone. You know what I mean? And I kind of like push him. And then, yeah, my boy actually gave me a ride out there. My boy, Kelly, right? And I'm like, dude, look. I called an ambulance, even though I know it's too late. She could have done the same thing at the time and saved the dude's life. And she didn't do shit because she had a fucking warrant for some petty shit that she ended up getting arrested for a few months later, and she did like 3-4 days for it. Yeah, stupid bitch, right? And so I called an ambulance. I told them everything they needed to know, and then I dipped. And I told my boy, look, I'm going to take her up the street here. I know a dude that lives over here. I'm going to take her over there, calm her ass down. So I know he's already unalived, but just stay here with him, you know what I mean? And he tried to CPR him and stuff, and he was there when the cops show up, and they made sure it wasn't foul play and stuff. Which at the end of the day, I think that fucking broad intentionally did that. That's fucked up. And you know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows? Conspiracy theories, all that weird shit, right? But, man, that got me in a whole bunch of wrecks because that dude had a lot of friends, you know what I mean? A lot of friends all over San Francisco and like San Mateo and stuff. Man, they came out to my area in Antioch, out in Concord, right? And I'm on probation right now because I went through a whole bunch of things and I got caught with one, right? I'll get a shootouts with these people because of that fucking broad, man. There was this dude, I think his name was Kells or something like that. But he was like 7 foot, like 6'10" or something, man. And man, he would whip out on me. I'm like, I need to get me another thing, man. I just sold mine. I wanted the money, and so I went and got another one. And he whips out on me again. He runs off at each other, man. It was crazy. I ended up running. This was in Antioch. I ended up running into a bunch of toolies into a swamp, an actual swamp, right? And because the cops showed up for all the gunfire going off, and I'm in the toolies like trying to hide, and then bam, I trip over something. My phone drops in the water. It's pitch dark in the middle of the night. I couldn't see nothing. And I was so on one. I was like, on some weird ass shit, right? And those toolies, it was in the middle of nowhere. Nobody, if I would have screamed like, help, there's nobody that would have even heard me. Even if they were listening for somebody. That's how deep in it I was because I was so just spun the fuck out, you know what I mean? I had some good shit, just ran a fat issue, 2 issues, you know what I mean, of that shit, and it was just too much. And so I lost my phone. I'm like, hey Siri, you know what I mean? But it wasn't working. And so I started sinking in mud in the toolies in the swamp, right? I started sinking, and man, I almost got stuck. I managed to grab on the toolies, like, barely pull myself out. I almost drowned in that shit, and that would have definitely unalived me. Man, I got lucky on that one. I managed to get out, like, I don't know how. I was so high, you know what I mean? Shit happened like so fast, but it was crazy. One of the craziest times of my life, you know what I mean? And I managed to get out, and I ran into a homeless encampment, you know what I mean? They gave me a change of clothes, gave me new shoes that weren't all soaked and stuff. I was just dirty as hell. And you know the thing, I lost it right before I jumped into the tulies. But I remember like a dirty sock being laying on the ground. So I remember, okay, so my thing was like right there. So I went back the next morning and I found my thing. My boy took me to get it, and I owed him some money, so I shot him. I shot him the thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, here, you can have this. I appreciate you for helping me out and get me down here to find this shit. He's like, dude, you're on a weird one right now, homie. Hey, you're never gonna find that shit. You're wasting my time. Let's go. I'm like, no. I remember it was like by a dirty sock. Sounds stupid, right? There's a sock laying on the ground. Digged in the bushes right there. Boop, got my thing back. It was a 9 with a lemon squeeze trigger on it. But yeah, that's a crazy shit. But that dude Kells, or whatever his name was, big old tall dude, man, I seen him again. This time I get first off. Hey, I guess it's probably for the better that nobody get hit. You know what I mean? I'm still alive. He's still alive. I don't got me a major life case. And yeah, that's just a little short story of some of the craziest shit that's happened to me. Anyways, yeah, if you meet a 23, well, she's 25 now, girl named Aaliyah that's so sexy as fuck. She's a blonde. Oh, she's bad. She's faulty as fuck. The better they look, the worse they fucking act, and the worse they are. You don't want to make that bitch into a housewife. You just want to, yeah, just move on to the next. Seriously. Anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe. Make sure you hit the fucking subscribe button. Otherwise, we're gonna get on. Just kidding. But yeah. Anyways, Glenn always wins, baby. Yeah. Remember, subscribe. Fucking hit subscribe.